a song about it. It's the PT anthem.
Rest, ice, compress, elevate.
What?
Rest, ice, compress, elevate.
Ice.
Rest, ice, compress, elevate. Every day we ricin', weekend plans we ricin'. We do so much ricin', we could have our PT license. So if you're feeling naughty, foam roll that body. Don't need Kanye's workout plan, got 1 pound weights and rubber bands. Make sure engage your core, building up that pelvic floor. Thrust it up, hips align, and if it hurts then modify. Stop, drop it low, but pick it up carefully. Work them glutes like you in physical therapy. Started when I reached for my bottom drawer. I felt the pain I ain't never felt before. I went on one hike, I tore my meniscus. What the fuck, I just booked a ski trip for Christmas. Patella slip sliding, so I got knee braces. Scoliosis got curves in all the wrong places. We got plantar fasciitis, we got tendinitis. If you think that's bad, wait until you get arthritis. Posture so good, you think I do ballet, but it's just a neck spasm, can't move my vertebrae. I got ice on my wrists, ice on my feet, dripping in ice. Can I get a towel please? Check it, my anterior pelvic tilt. Can I fix it? Nope, it's just the way I'm built. Can't even afford this next copay. The massage so good that I'm like, okay. Every day we ricin', weekend plans we ricin'. We do so much ricin', we could have our PT license. So if you're feeling naughty, foam roll that body. Don't need Kanye's workout plan, got 1 pound weights and rubber bands. Make sure engage your core, building up that pelvic floor. Thrust it up, hips align, and if it hurts then modify. Stop, drop it low, but pick it up carefully. Work them glutes like you in physical therapy. I got a herniation cause my disc straight slipping. You know when I've arrived cause my joints be clicking. Green to red bands, increase my resistance. PT's a lifestyle change, and that shit takes persistence. We gotta wean you off that ibuprofen, cause a pill won't improve your range of motion. I'm so swole from the inflammation. I rock a heating pad for my circulation. Check my new whip, it's got 4 wheels. My new rolly bag's got looks to kill. New bounces, who dis? Getting stronger every day. Shout out to Dr. Scholes and my boy Bengay. We only got one body, gotta treat it right. Hell yeah, we do our PT stretches every night. It's my last session, can't believe it's all over. Then I got home and I tripped on my foam roller. So I rest, ice, compress, elevate, rest, ice, compress, elevate, rest, ice, compress, elevate.
It's the PT anthem. What's your coat pay like? What's your coat pay like? What's your coat pay like? Hey. Strong mind, strong body. Strong mind, strong body. Strong mind, strong body.
Was born to move. I put my shoes on 1 foot at a time. I take a step and soon forget the daily worries on my mind. I was born to move, was born to soar, was born to travel through this world and explore. I take the lead, I'm free to fly, free to fail, but I sure know I'm gonna try to improve. Born to move.
my mind, my choice. To wear the clothes I like even as my spirit roams naked. My choice. To be a size 0 or a size 15. They don't have a size for my spirit, and never will. To use cotton and silk to trap my soul is to believe you can halt the expansion of the universe, or capture sunlight in the palm of your hand. Your mind is caged, let it free. My body is not. Let it be. My choice. To marry or not to marry. To have sex before marriage. To have sex outside of marriage. To not have sex. My choice. To love temporarily or to lust forever. My choice. To love a man or a woman or both. Remember, you are my choice. I'm not your privilege. The bindi on my forehead, the ring on my finger, adding your surname to mine, they're ornaments. They can be replaced. My love for you cannot. So treasure that. My choice. To come home when I want. Don't be upset if I come home at 4 a.m. Don't be fooled if I come home at 6 p.m. My choice. To have your baby or not. To pick you from 7 billion choices or not. So don't get cocky. My pleasure may be your pain. My songs, your noise. My order, your anarchy. Your sins, my virtues. My choices are like my fingerprints. They make me unique. I am the tree, not the forest. I am the snowflake, not the snowfall. You are the snowflake. Wake up. Get out of the shitstorm. I choose to empathize or to be indifferent. I choose to be different. I am the universe, infinite in every direction. This is my choice.
Can I get a towel, please? Check it, my interior pelvic tilt. Cannot fix it, nope, it's just the way I'm built. Can't even afford this next copay. The massage so good that I'm like, okay. Every day we ricin', weekend plans we ricin'. We do so much ricin', we could have our PT license. So if you're feeling naughty, foam roll that body. Don't need Kanye's workout plan, got 1 pound weights and rubber bands. Make sure engage your core, building up that pelvic floor. Thrust it up, hips align, and if it hurts then modify. Stop, drop it low, but pick it up carefully. Work them glutes like you in physical therapy.